Day 14. 14 days of the US government being closed for business. 14 days of unpaid workers, stalled programs, and politicians blaming each other like it's a group project gone wrong. And today, the Senate is about to take its 8th vote to reopen the government. 8. That's more retries than your Wi-Fi router gets in a day. So here's the situation. Democrats and Republicans are still locked in a stalemate. The government shutdown is stretched into its second week, and there's another big vote tonight at 5:30 p.m. The Senate needs 60 votes to reopen the government. Republicans have 53 seats, so they need at least 7 Democrats to cross over. Problem: Democrats say they'll only agree if the bill extends health insurance tax credits for working families. Republicans, they're like, nope, just pass the funding bill, no add-ons. So we're stuck again. The House already passed a Republican-led bill to keep the government running until November 21. They're saying our job's done. Senate, it's your turn. Meanwhile, Senate Democrats want a shorter extension, only until October 31. Plus, the health insurance credit. It's like ordering a pizza and arguing over toppings while the oven's off. The problem isn't the pizza, it's that nobody's turning the thing back on. While Congress argues, real people are stuck in limbo. Over 2 million federal workers have missed paychecks or are about to. National parks are closed. Visa and passport processing is slowing down. And agencies like the FAA, TSA, and IRS are stretched thin. But there's one exception: the military. President Trump announced over the weekend that he's directing the Pentagon to use all available funds to get our troops paid. Homeland Security Secretary Christian Ram followed up saying Coast Guard personnel will also get paid this week, thanks to something called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Yes, that's the real name, not a Marvel sequel. Noem said DHS found an innovative solution so Coast Guard members won't miss a paycheck. That's good news for those families. But for other federal employees, park rangers, scientists, clerks, the wait continues. Here's what's happening today. The Senate reconvened at 3 p.m. and at 5:30 p.m. they hold a procedural vote on that House-passed GOP bill. This is the 8th vote on a funding measure since the shutdown began. 8. To put that in perspective, that's like watching Titanic 8 times hoping the ship won't sink this round. In previous sessions, they voted on both the Republican and Democratic bills. But today's vote, only the Republican version is on the floor. So the pressure is clearly on Democrats. Will they join or hold the line? The two parties are framing this shutdown in completely different ways. Republicans are saying, we already passed a bill to keep the lights on. Democrats are holding it hostage for more spending. Democrats counter, you can't just keep the lights on, you have to fix the wiring. For Democrats, those health insurance tax credits are crucial because they protect working-class families from higher premium next year. For Republicans, adding those credits means spending more money and delaying broader budget cuts they promised. It's a classic Washington showdown. Ideology versus practicality, all while people outside DC just want to pay rent. Now you might be wondering, wait, where is the House of Representatives in all this? Great question. They are on recess. Yeah, the House hasn't been in session since September 19. Republican leadership canceled votes saying, we already did our part. But House Democrats, led by Hakeem Jeffries, aren't staying quiet. He called his caucus back to Washington this week to discuss the path forward. Jeffries told MSNBC that GOP leaders have gone radio silent and are nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Republicans argue the Senate and White House should just move their bill forward. So it's a full-scale political ping-pong match. Only problem, the ball is the US government. President Trump is trying to appear like the crisis solver here. He's framing this as Democrats playing politics while he's ensuring the troops get paid. In his words, quote, I directed the Pentagon to use all available funds to get our troops paid. It's a powerful image. The commander-in-chief making sure soldiers are left stranded. But critics point out, this move might sidestep Congress's power of the purse, setting a tricky precedent. And even if the military gets paid, hundreds of thousands of civilian employees, from national security analysts to janitors in federal buildings, still won't. So it's not a complete fix, it's a patch. This isn't the first time a US government shutdown has dragged on. We have seen it in 2013, and the longest one lasted 35 days in 2018-2019. But every time it happens, it hurts ordinary people more than politicians. Federal employees burn through savings. Businesses that rely on government contracts lose revenue. Public services slow down or stop entirely. And the longer this drags out, the more it shakes people's trust, not just in one party, but in the system itself. Because if the richest democracy in the world can't agree on paying its own workers, what message does that send? You might think, I'm not a government employee, why should I care? Here's why. Shutdowns affect everything. From your airport security lines to your food inspections to your student loan processing. Every hour the government stays shut, the economy loses money. According to past estimates, the 2019 shutdown cost the US $11 billion. $3 billion of that never recovered. So even if you're not in Washington, you're still paying for Washington's gridlock. Tonight's vote is key. If the Senate can't reach 60 votes again, the government stays shut. But this time there's more pressure. Paychecks for federal workers are due Wednesday. The clock isn't just ticking, it's pounding. But both sides know whoever the public blames could face serious consequences in 2026. So where does that leave us? We are on day 14 of a shutdown that no one really wanted, but everyone seems to be defending. The Senate's on its 8th vote. The House is on vacation. The president's paying troops out of side funds, and millions of Americans are caught in between. Look, you don't have to pick a side to see what's broken here. The shutdown isn't about one bill. It's about a system that rewards standoffs over solutions. Every vote that fails isn't just a headline. It's a message to the people who keep the country running that they're expendable. So as the Senate votes again tonight, remember this. Every nay has a paycheck behind it. Every yay has a consequence. Let's hope someone in Washington remembers that. I'm Mercer, and this was your deep dive into the 2025 government shutdown. If you liked the video, hit the like button, share, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.